Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video and Blind Woman recommends. Happy Thursday. We're a day closer to Friday. I love it. Even if I'm recording it the same day, all these are the same day, I still have to say we're a day closer to Friday. How can I not? You know what? It's amazing. So, yay. Love it. Anyway, I am back today for my recommendations for after Claymore. I have 7 of them, so let's begin with the reading list as usual. The first two readings I want to recommend are Throne of Glass and the ongoing Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. I'm so glad I get to recommend something from someone I stand so much. So, Throne of Glass follows Aelin, or Selena Sardothian, basically. She is Otterland's assassin, and now she is basically in the mines of Endovier. She's been there for a year for committing crimes against the Empire, and she is visited by the prince, Dorian Havoyard, and is offered a deal to compete as his champion in this, tournament thing his father is holding, become his father's assassin, and she'll be set free in 4 years. And she accepts, for her freedom, and she now has to compete against 23 other men who are soldiers, warriors, thieves, and criminals and all that stuff. And now she's in that competition for her freedom. And it continues because it's a long 6-book series. Crescent City follows Bryce Quenlin, who is friends with this awesome wolf pack, and unfortunately her best friend Danica and the wolves are killed, and now 2 years after their deaths, the same person who was killing them is active again, and Bryce is asked to work with Hunt Athalar, or Orion, which I honestly think is a better name, but anyway, whatever, who is an angel, and she's asked to work with him to figure out who killed her friends. And from there's a bit of a little romance, and it's just beautiful. Number 3, Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian. I have done a review of Half Sick of Shadows. I'll just so, and as well as Throne of Glass. So I'll link any video I did below, but Half Sick of Shadows is a feminist reimagining of the Arthurian legends, specifically written in the point of view of the Lady of Shalott, and it's based on the poem known as the Lady of Shalott, and it's written in the point of view of Elaine, and basically she, along with Guinevere, Lancelot, and Morgana, accompany Arthur to take the throne, and she can see everything. She can see the future. So she has all these visions, and she knows what's going to happen, and they all accompany Arthur to take the throne, but now they're chained by the laws of Camelot and the whole thing about not using magic and so on and so forth. But in the way, they now have to help Arthur, get the throne. And she has to figure out what she's willing to do to change her future along with that of her friends, and what line she's willing to cross. The next 2 things I want to recommend are Helsing and Helsing Ultimate. Honestly, I feel like Helsing Ultimate is definitely more violent, so I just want to recommend both of them. So Helsing and Helsing Ultimate kind of follow the same plot. So basically, we follow mainly this organization known as Helsing, who basically serve the queen, and they deal with supernatural stuff, mainly vampires. They kill the vampires, and but they kill the vampire with their own vampire, who follows Integra Helsing, who is basically his mistress, and basically they basically what is it? Okay, so they basically, that's what they do, and that's what they basically do, and they basically end up in a mission. And in this mission, this girl is held hostage, Sarah's Victoria, and Alucard asks her, if she wants to live, and she has to decide, and she decides to live, and he ends up killing her and turning her into a vampire. And she now ends up working with them. The next recommendation I have is Fruits Basket. Fruits Basket follows Toru, who used to live in a tent, but ends up moving in with the Somas after certain circumstances. And she finds out that the Soma family is under a curse, and that is that when they're hugged by the opposite sex, they turn into one of the Chinese zodiac animals. And they're trying to figure out how to break the curse, basically. And last but not least, I am recommending Loki, the Disney Plus original series. So this takes place specifically after Endgame, where 2012 Loki ends up taking the, what is it called? I think he took something. I think he just escaped, and I think he and stuff like that. Like he escaped and he took something, but I can't quite remember now. But basically, he is taken in by the TVA, which is a time variant authority, because he is a variant who was not meant to bother with the timeline, and he's explained who he is, and he is now supposed to stay there. But now it turns out that he is asked to help them figure out how to defeat a female Loki, who is another variant, who is messing up a bunch of timelines. And now he ends up working with the TVA. And we find out a lot of things about, the Marvel universe. Or should I say, multiverse. It's a really good series. I really liked it. So those are all my recommendations for After Claymore. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Let me know your thoughts. I think tomorrow I will be reviewing Another Name for the Devil by Mason Deaver, which is basically an Audible original. I think that's what I will be reviewing. I have the book in my library, so I do want to read it. Hopefully this week. It is a 3-hour audiobook, so I should be able to do it. So I might do that tomorrow. So I'll but if I don't know yet, but check the description. There will be an announcement as to what I will be reviewing tomorrow. It's always in the description, so check it out. I'll see you tomorrow, and until then, everyone, consume stories.